One.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
It is. It's in progress. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
I'm good. How you doing, Babyface Nelson?
No, I'm good. Yeah, look at it. There's no more hair on there.
You gave it all to me.
Yeah, I did.
Shit looks like a lint roller.
And I just shaved my face and I swept it and then put it in a box and I mailed it to Tony G. And then now he
swept it.
And then yeah. Well, off the floor, you know.
Oh yeah. Hey everybody, you made it. Another exciting, adventurous episode of This Is the Future.
Unfortunately.
That's right. Before we get into our normal banter, service announcement. I will be going on vacation out into the woods to the Finger Lakes, and I'll be camping. So aside from being miserable, I won't have a lot of internet, so we're not going to have a show till a few days after when we usually post it. Yeah. I know it's going to bum like 1.5 of you out, and I'm sorry, but we'll fix it.
Yeah. So look for the show on the platforms that we release it on. That's next Sunday and Monday. So
yeah, we'll have something up by then.
Not this coming Sunday and Monday, but the following one, right?
Right.
Cool.
Correct. And also, if you follow us on Instagram, we're gonna start throwing up some shit, some stuff. So pay attention to our Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, you might want to hop on there because we're actually going to start using it. It's going to be fun. Yeah,
we'll be using it more than one day a week, hopefully. So
right. have some live videos while I'm at the Finger Lakes.
Oh yeah.
I just looked at the map of this place where we're going, and it literally looks like someone just drug their fingers in the earth. They're just a couple. Like it looks like someone scratched the earth. You know.
Oh, I'm sure that's what the reason why the name is, you know, the Finger Lakes, because it looks like two fingers. Huh?
It's hot. Kind of looks like someone scratched the earth.
Ooh,
it's naughty. Earth's a kinky bitch. Mother Earth's a kinky bitch.
Yeah.
Oh man, a turquoise coffee cup. Holy shit, you must live in Oregon or something.
I don't know. It's a cup in it. I don't know.
Is it tin or clay?
I have no fucking idea.
You know, if it was tin, it would make that ting.
Oh yeah. It's not clay. We don't live in the fucking. Yeah, it's some kind of metal.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like a metal cup, you look like you have a wagon and some horses. So you got your suspenders on.
Yeah, actually, I'm the one that kind of looks like they're about to go camping, right? Like,
yeah, we're going out and shoveling horse shit, anything like that, anything like manual. You got $300 Carhartts on.
$300.
I don't know how much they cost.
These were way less than $300. Because I would not be able to buy them if they were $300. Yeah. I think they were like $70 or $60 or something like that, you know. A little bit more than like, I mean, you know, it's pants and a tank top sewed together. That's what overalls are. They're pants and a tank top sewed together.
Oh, I know. I've seen Joe Dirt. I've seen it. When I was in high school.
Your shirt.
When I was in high school, I moved to North Dakota in the 10th grade, and that's kind of what some people wore. And I immediately was like, I want a pair. And my parents went so far as to let me try a set on. And then my dad's like, you know, you've had your ass beat enough in your life. Do you really want to go do it again? And I was like, all right.
Well, if you started wearing those, maybe you would start being friends with the ass beaters. You know, the people that beat the ass. Maybe you get in with the cool crowd.
No, the only thing that made them realize I was cool was later on they realized I was like, when I got off my meds, then they were like, this guy's interesting. And I was like, I'm interesting.
He's interesting. He just told us. Yeah, of course he's interesting.
I'm interesting.
He's interesting. I'm interesting. See, told you. He's gotta be.
It was great. I was off the rails for a whole year because the military recruiter told me I had to be off Ritalin in order to join the military for 1 year. So my parents were like, well, throw that shit in the toilet because you're not living here. I was like, okay.
They were like, get rid of that and get out of here. We're not having this crazy person living here for a year.
Well, it helped me. Ritalin helped me graduate. That's for sure. And it saved a lot of money on family grocery bill because I didn't eat anything. Because Ritalin does that to you. But the last year, I was just, I don't know how I did it. I think I even told the teacher, I was like, I'm going to need your help here to, get out of here. It's kind of like jail. It's like, what do I got to do to get out of here? he's like, pass all the tests. I'm like, all right, what are my other options?
Yeah, like, what else could I do?
Yeah, I'm not into any of this shit. I don't think I learned it when I graduated the last year of high school. It wasn't what's that class? Like it's about history. It wasn't history. It was
History,
economics and you did economics half the year and
yeah.
government.
I had a class called just government, so
Right, and it was really boring because the government's really boring, and
yeah.
so it was like I can't. I told him I was like I'm not going to be able to do this, and he's just like, well, who are you? I was like, I'm in your class. And he's like, oh, all right. Well, he's like, you're going to have to pass everything. And then that's when I think I told the story before, but there was a place in the basement for all the people that were just,
Yeah.
yeah. So you just took your test down there and then they gave you you figured it out. So yeah, in any case, that's how that worked out. So yeah, but the Ritalin part, not being on Ritalin was really neat. I accidentally locked myself in a locker. That made a lot of people got into that. Threw someone's backpack out a window. That was neat.
How did you accidentally lock yourself in the locker?
Well, I shoved myself into it and then I told someone to close it and then they locked it and walked away. So really I didn't I accidentally trusted someone.
Man.
It's cool, man. Whatever. I got out.
Like, I didn't have to shove him in the locker. He got in on his own.
I was like, hey, shut this, man. They're like, click. I was like, that's funny. Now I'm late. Shit.
Was it a friend of yours?
I mean, I don't remember who it was, so probably not. I don't know. I was random.
I mean, I have to admit, it would be really hard not to walk away. Like,
oh, I know. It's
like, I just gotta admit, like, no matter who was in there, like, just think about it. Like, you close the door and you just go, well, like, it'd be funny if I just left.
It was funny. It was kind of funny for me until like I had to wait 45 minutes.
How'd you get out?
I wait for the bell to ring and then the chick came back to her locker.
Oh, so it wasn't even your locker?
No, I didn't have I don't even know where my locker was that year.
Did she know? Wait, is she the one that put you in there, or is she the one that closed the door?
No.
But so she didn't know you were in her locker.
It was like she had one of those lockers. I don't even think it was her locker, but somebody had a locker that was really convenient. So we all used it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I never put a book in there or anything. I just used it to put myself in there once in a while. But I don't even know. So I don't even think she was there. I think it was just whoever was there at that locker at that period. And I was like, hey, I'll climb in here. Someone was like, I bet your skinny ass can fit in this locker. And it was like, all right, yep, I'm in there. And I was like, whoever was there was like, shut the door. And then they shut it and they locked it. It was funny because that locker didn't have a lock. Bless you. Again. Yeah. Blew your mind. But yeah, that locker didn't have a lock. Like they put someone else's lock on there. So I mean,
I just want to know, like, if that person, whoever like opened it, knew you were in there, because what a hell of a surprise that'd be. Like, I just got done with second period or whatever. I got to grab my government book to go to third period, and like, holy fuck, he's in there. Like,
well, the funny thing is that the chick came to the locker, and someone had put a lock on it, and we never locked the locker, and didn't have a lock. So someone took a lock off another locker and locked it with me in it. And so then the chick came and she's like, she didn't know I was in there.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey man, like, who put a lock on this locker? And I'm like, wasn't me. And she just like, I imagine she jumped into the fucking hallway because she didn't know I was in there. She's like, what the fuck? I'm like, somebody locked me in here, man. I was like, you got to get the janitor to cut this thing off. And then by the time I got out, everyone was clapping.
Really? That's awesome.
Well, it was funny because at that point, the class that I was late for was the office attendant. That was my class, was the person that works for the office and goes and gets the attendance sheets.
Yeah.
I missed that class. So it was kind of funny. Like the attendance officer wasn't there to gather attendance. I was in a locker. I told him, I'm sorry, I was in a locker. They were like, were you being abused? I was like, no, I put myself in the locker. Someone locked it.
Someone locked it.
Fucking wise ass. Anyway.
That's fucking great, man.
I just wanted to say I'm wearing a cat coat and it smells like dead bodies.
Why does it smell like dead bodies? Did you take
probably the last
person
that wore it? The last person that wore it's dead, I would imagine.
Where did you get that thing?
Hang on. Let him look at it.
Oh,
there you go. See that? Yeah. It's a cats on cats. It's like it's art. Get it?
That is awesome.
No, my buddy, our buddy Phil and I were at a what's that thing called? Where everybody sells dead people clothes?
Thrift store?
Yeah, what's the big one? Yeah, the thrift store, but what's the
Goodwill. Yeah.
Goodwill. Yeah, there it is. Exactly. Yeah, it was hanging on the end rack, and my buddy's like, if you buy that, I'll pay for half of it. And I was like, okay. And then I wore it to this is really meant to be a drug coat. I'll just be honest with you.
Well, it doesn't look like it's meant to be.
It fucks with your head if you're on drugs.
There's a bunch of cats all over it.
I've had people try to pet me, man, and like it's been weird, but it's nice.
I've been trying to pet you for like over 10 years.
I mean, with the coat on, you know. You never tried to pet me with the coat on.
I don't like a barrier. You know what I mean?
Right. I know. Yeah. Just. All right. We're gonna stop. That's nasty.
Fingerlings.
Finger lakes. I'm kind of excited about it. What are you excited about?
I don't know, man. I'm excited about these overalls. You know why I like these overalls? It's like they're like Spanx that you wear on the outside. They kind of like
keep shit together.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I feel like someone's holding me. You know, I feel nice. I feel secure. It's not. And they're not too small. It's not like that. It's just like
they're not too small. They're just gentle, right.
Like body hug, like around me. Like I feel safe. I feel like
I feel safe.
Yeah, I feel nurtured. I feel loved, and it's that's what I'm excited about. Is these overalls.
I feel stiff because this jacket's stiff. They could have used some of that fabric softener.
I want to see the whole jacket. Can you stand up?
I don't know.
Yeah. It kind of just looks like someone skinned the couch and made a jacket out of it.
It reminds me of something that the Beatles would wear on the cover of Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah. It either looks like you're about to lead a marching band or you're about to like smoke a cigarette with one of those extension things and
or like a pipe, like a Sherlock.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like you're about to say something like that you think that sounds smart or something.
I kind of feel like I'm a janitor who found this in a closet. Yeah. Just put it on.
You look like a dog lover, so you know.
Look like a dog lover. Must love cats.
So how you been, man? What's new? What are things like in your life?
I'm good, man. I went to another concert on Sunday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. We went and saw the OCs.
Nice.
Really, really fucking great show. They were happy to be. All the bands that I've seen lately, the cool thing about going to see them is that they're happy to be out there doing their thing. like maybe happier than they were before the pandemic. So they have a new appreciation for it. So that's really cool. And I mean, they put on a hell of a show. The opener, Mr. Elevator, they were awesome as well. So yeah, Mr. Elevator and the OCs. If you guys are into like psychedelic rock, check it out. We've done the OCs on the show, but
yeah,
they come through once a year, just like Halloween. Every year they're here, and they're fucking awesome. And I forgot my goddamn earplugs, but luckily this place is cool. You remember those old candy machines where you put the money in and you spin it around and then the candy comes down out the spout in the grocery store? Yeah, they have earplugs in those.
Whoa, that's
and
cool.
I was like, that's awesome. And I'm telling you, man, like 5 minutes into the first band, I forgot my earplugs. I was like, I can't do this shit. I'll have to go home. Like, I won't be able to do this. My ears will fucking, it'll hurt really bad.
Right.
That's how you know you're getting like, your body's like, fuck you, man. This ain't gonna happen. No
old.
way. It hurt. It really like, it would have really hurt. Like, in my ears, I think I went to so many shows that when by the time we got to the pandemic, my ears rang for about a year before it stopped. And I've been like wearing the hearing plugs this, ever since then, and it helps, but Jesus Christ. So anyway, if you have a venue, you should make sure that you get an old candy machine and sell earplugs, because that's a really good fucking idea.
Right.
So that was probably my favorite part of the show, was not going deaf. But the OCs always put on a great fucking show. And something weird did happen. I don't know if people are just paranoid because I don't know why, but I've never seen this before. This kid got on stage and he had a mask on because you're supposed to. No one could tell if he was supposed to be there or not. And the OCs don't have a lot of back production work. They were the only band that I know of that I've seen that comes on stage when the other band is over, helps remove the gear, sets up their gear, tunes it up, and all start playing. They don't leave the stage. They come out and set up their own gear and then play. Don't take a break. Don't sit in the back and smoke a cigarette.
They kind of seem like that band, they kind of seem like they would
they do that. And they play, like, the keyboard player plays right out of the keyboard case every time, just plugs everything in. And when he's playing, like, it's rocking, like the case is rocking, like nothing up there is safe. So there's no production, there's no light. I mean, there's nothing that they brought, no cool movie screen or any of that shit. They just play their music. So you can walk around them. And some guy ended up on stage and he just walked around. He looked like he was auditing. Seriously, we walked around the band and he came up to one side of the stage and like looked around. It just looked like his first time off drugs. Like maybe mom had him on Adderall or Ritalin, and his first day where he's like, I quit, and he's happy and he goes to his first real concert and he's just like, I'm on stage right now. It was just weird. It was like, why the fuck is he up there? And he's probably like, why am I up here? And then he went around to the sound guy or whoever that guy is that's on the side of the stage.
Yeah.
Right. And he was talking to him and like, we're all like trying to rock out, but everyone's like, fuck's this guy up to? And the sound, like the person back there looked at him like, basically like, fuck are you doing here? The weird thing was security never did anything about it. Like, they came at the very end. I saw a video someone took. The security guy came up to the stage, facing the stage, and he's just like, come on, get off of there, you hooligan. And the guy just jumped, he just crowd surfed. And I thought for sure they were going to kick this guy out. But the group that caught him crowd surfing all stayed with him and carried him right to the back of the venue to safety. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. Cool. I mean, it was cool. He wasn't like an aggressive guy or anything. It really felt like it was just like Timmy's first day out. Like, It was like, this is weird. Like, this kid seems very timid. And he was just like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to jump. And it was like,
maybe he was
like, you fucked up the show, but
maybe he got on stage to do like most people do when they get on stage, like at a band, like, yeah, like, and they like want to like sing something into the microphone. And then, but like those people that do that usually expect to like get kicked off by a stagehand or something like that.
Quickly.
But like, it sounds like there was no stagehands or like on stage security guards or anything. So to kick him off. So maybe that's why he was walking around like a weirdo, because he was like, wait,
When's
no
my
one's kicking me
cue?
off. Like, now what do? I'm up here. I was expected to be kicked off immediately, and now I'm like, now I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do now. I don't.
It was very weird. He's like, all right, it's my first time being on stage. Isn't someone supposed to like punch me in the face or throw me into the audience? And no
Yeah.
one was up there. And
What'd
it was
the
like
band
security
do?
was like, come over here. And he's like, no, I'm gonna go over here. They're like, come on down. He's like, nope, going back over here. It lasted for like 5 minutes. It was a long time.
What'd the band do?
They kept playing. I mean, and this isn't a band you can start singing. Like,
Right.
no one knows what he's
But
really
yeah, but what were they playing like? And when they were
hard.
like, but yeah, but were they like, what the?
They saw it but didn't see. They didn't stop.
Yeah,
They
but they
didn't.
weren't like, what the fuck's going on?
I mean, they were kind of like, you know, I'm sure they've had idiots fly off the stage before, but this guy was lingering.
Yeah.
Like, why is he lingering? And plus, I mean, people are paranoid these days. You don't know. I mean, you
Sure.
don't think someone's going to come shoot up your show, but I
They
don't
might.
know. You know, I was really like, why is this fucker being tackled right now? Like, that's what we all want to see anyway. just a roadrunner, me, just a couple of feathers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was expecting to see, but it didn't happen. But it was just really weird how the audience just banded together and just kind of, oh God, it was weird just to see like a group of 20 people just grab him like ants and move him. It was the same people. It was weird.
That's so fun. That's weird. Fucking weird, man.
That was pretty neat, man. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, that was a fun show. I've realized something. I don't like getting high before I go right into the show. I want to be able to smoke when the band comes on. Not like, it's a dumb idea to get high in the parking lot, because you'll be as high as you can possibly be when they're asking you for your digital tickets, for your vaccination card, and then you realize you're at a fucking gas station. You're not even at the venue yet. Then you're like, why am I showing this guy my vaccination card?
Right.
That literally happened to me. It was like I had to get a mask for somebody because they forgot their mask, and I was just out of it. And I was just like, all right, here's my tickets and my vaccination card. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, that's no way to talk to a customer. He's like, why are you showing me your fucking vaccination card? He really was the gas station attendant. I was like, huh? He's like, why are you showing me this shit? I'm like, because I need a face mask. He's like, all right, here. And I'm like, oh, thank you. He's like, I don't need to see your vaccination card and your concert ticket for this. I'm like, well, I just thought you should know.
Well, I thought I would just smoke a bunch of dope in the parking lot and then come in here and just be way too high to function. Sorry.
And then like they emailed me my tickets, and there was one ticket in one email, and the other 2 tickets were in the other email, and that was way too much for me to fucking handle. I was just like standing there like that idiot in front of the ticket person, like, I'm not in line, but I'm in line, and like off to the side, like, how do I work my email? And finally the guy kept saying, anyone who has their tickets out already. I'm like, fuck you, I'm still looking, hang on a second. Yeah. I don't dig digital tickets, man. I dig the paper ones. But I know we're saving the environment, but still.
Are we? Are we?
I don't know.
You know, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but there's a lot bigger problems that we have than the turtles. Sorry, you know.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
I'm just joking, by the way. You say,
oh, you know, I mean, I don't care. I mean, it would be cool. I kind of look at being alive as like working, and you know, I'm always hip to getting off early. So whatever, man.
Probably mentioned this before, but do you remember one of the big problems and like around before COVID, besides Trump, that everyone was up in arms about? Do you remember the problem?
Oh, like being on the streets and everything?
No. straws and the
Oh yeah,
turtles.
yeah. I was about to say racism.
That's not a problem, Tony.
I was like, the riot?
That's never been a problem ever.
No, never mind. I'm gonna stop anyway.
No, like everyone's, of course, Trump and everything and racism and all that that shit, like, but straws, like, were banned from bars and restaurants and stuff. People had like, stockpiles of like plastic and straws, and didn't know what to do with them. Like, and then it's because like turtles would get them stuck in their nose and stuff,
Yeah.
their mouths and stuff like that, and really fuck them up, which sucks. But then I thought it was funny that happened, and then COVID came around, and everyone was like, "Fuck the turtles!" Like,
yeah, no one talked about turtles once they knew they thought they
they
were
were
gonna
like,
die.
"Yeah, I'm fucking. That's the least of our worries right now." Turtles are important, recycle. Don't.
Well, I gotta say, I'm not really paying. I mean, most people already figured this out, but I'm not really paying attention, like, to any of it. And I don't mean like the turtle thing. I mean, like, when the first time I had a paper straw, it was someone else who pointed it out. I was like, someone's like, these fucking paper straws. And I'm like, what paper straws? And they're like, you got a paper straw. I'm like, huh. Oh well. It sucks. It sucks the same to me. I don't know. Don't even think about shit like that. I'm like, who cares? Like, this new thing, like, out in Oregon, I guess the last time I was there, they were like charging for bags or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And she was like,
Instance or
it's
something.
5 cents a bag. And I was like, okay. I was like, I flew here. I was like, that's fine. She's like, well, they're reusable. I'm like, I'm not gonna reuse it. I'm just gonna pay for the bag.
Yeah,
I'm traveling. I'm just saying, like, and now they're doing it here in the city. And it's funny because I've been a few places, like, they give me things like, I guess I bought some records somewhere and they just gave them to me and I didn't even think about it. I was just like, and I just walked out. And then I went somewhere else and I bought something. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, if you don't bring a bag, you could be up shit's creek. Like, you're out looking for an empty box and shit, like in the back, like carrying a box around. Like, there's just going to be people like, fuck, man, I forgot my bag.
yeah,
Like, no, I'm not going to pay 10 cents a bag. What am I, an idiot? Like, so I don't know,
right.
man. It's just gonna be weird to be carrying around goods that you bought with no bag, because it's gonna
No bag,
happen to
just like
somebody.
armfuls of like canned food and
It
shit
will
like
be
that.
obvious that you forgot your bag, right? I was like,
Right.
oh shit.
Yeah, see, they're doing that in Oregon, and I remember a couple years ago I was at the Oregon coast. We were in Lincoln City, and they don't do that there. When you go to the store, it's like the old days. They just paper or plastic. They just give you plastic bags.
Right.
And I was like, so I'm not trying to sound like a hippie or anything, but maybe they should do that when they're like 20 feet away from the ocean. I don't know. Like, maybe they should apply that logic when you're closer to the ocean, since that's where all that shit goes, right? Like,
I could see it more like they're probably like, hey, do you want a double bag?
right.
Get
It's
around
like
here, we triple bag.
I'm at I'm at a store that's so close to the ocean, and I'm coming out with like, you know, 5 or 6 plastic bags that we're just gonna throw away. But we're so close to the ocean, we could like we could hear the waves go whoosh, and the seagulls like ka and stuff like that. And but then you drive like an hour and a half, 2 hours back to Portland, and they're like trying to like save the ocean and stuff. I'm like, what about the towns in the ocean? Huh? They don't give a shit. Maybe they should give a shit first. They should give a shit first, maybe. I don't know. They're so close. I'm just saying. Just ranting about something that no one cares about. That's fun.
Well, we care about it. We just, I think I mean, we're probably like our planet, we're in trouble.
Sure.
So we're not, I mean, yeah, it's the plastic sucks, but I think humans are just generally worried about themselves right now and surviving viruses, I guess, or I don't
Sure.
know. I don't know what the fuck people are worried about right now. I know I can say this to totally change topics. I'm not worried about football because that's it. It's over. If you live in Philadelphia, you just picked a new team, buddy. That shit's over.
Really? Something happened?
Oh, we're fucking horrible. Like, don't get me wrong. There's not a lot to do here. It is a big city, but still, if you don't watch sports, there's nothing to talk about. So I didn't mean to watch the games, but boy, they look really bad. You ever like it's you ever I don't know, I know that we don't talk about sports here, but just saying it's weird when you like say, like I can root for a team, but I don't want to watch them play. And I
Okay.
started watching the Eagles play, and it's like, why don't you I just think it'd be cool if the coach is like, I'm a new coach, this is a new team, and we suck. So hang out for a few years and see what happens. That's great. I can appreciate that. It's like being a new employee. It's
Right.
like you're not supposed to kill it. You're a new employee. It's fine. But the funny part is, and I really feel bad. I don't feel bad, but this is just kind of like I get where when people say, why are people from Philadelphia assholes? It's like, we're not trying to be assholes, but shit just keeps rolling downhill. Here's what I mean. On our first football game of the season, of the regular season, the Philadelphia Eagles beat the shit out of their opponents, the Falcons, which they're not a big team. They're not doing anything amazing, but we beat them and we look really good. Well, we have a new quarterback carryover from last year, and but he's pretty new. His first time definitely being like the head quarterback. Long story short, no one had his fucking jersey, right?
Okay.
Well, after the first game, his jersey sales went up by 500%.
Wow.
He sold 500% more jerseys right after that game. One game. Everyone in Philadelphia watched him play one game and went out and bought his jersey. And they said that that's never happened before. No one's never sold that many fucking jerseys like that.
Damn.
Next two games, he's just the bed.
And then no one's buying the
Shit
jersey.
all over the bed. And everyone's got his fucking jersey to wipe their ass with. That's why people are angry. It's just bad luck. That's all it is. They're like, cool, finally, something. We have something to look forward to in this fucking town again. A quarterback, a good quarterback. He's gonna do good. He's gonna get us through this fucking year of horse shit. Wrong. Right after you buy the jersey, nothing. He's done. He's out. It's over. Forget about it. And it's appropriate that his last name is Hurts, because I'm sure paying $200 for a fucking jersey for a quarterback that isn't ready yet probably hurts. So
Right.
There you go. How fucking ironic. I just think that's hilarious. Philly can't win. We don't give us anything to cheer about. It's like, yay! Oh. It's just like being at the game. We're like, yay! Boo! Fuck!
And if you do, and you'll just start eating horse shit again or something like that.
So. I am gonna show up with a camera. I think the reason that guy ate shit because it was a cop that was telling him to do it. So I will impersonate a police officer that evening and make sure that people are getting their proper dosage of horse shit if we do win again, because that was fucking nasty. You're so pent up in a big city, you never left, something great happens, and you just lose your shit and eat animal shit. That's saying something, man. That's like, what's it like living in the city? Be like, there's an example.
Like, I just always thought like that's what the loser does. Is eat the shit.
Not if you're a bunch of winners.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. Well,
yeah, so the whole city doesn't have anything to look forward to this winter. And the Phillies are like, they're losing right now. They had a really good chance. They're winning like 2 awards for having really, I don't know, I don't really follow this shit, but anyway, they say the only team that's getting 2 awards that isn't making it into the playoffs. So basically, they need to beat the Braves to get into the playoffs, and the Braves are just whooping that ass like down in Atlanta, like they always do right now. So right. Yeah, we don't have shit to look forward to. This town lives on sports, and our sports teams are just mostly really expensive cock teases. They're really good at getting you excited, but when it's time for the big show, they leave you fucking soft and pissed off. I'm telling you. I saw the Sixers. I mean, I've seen everyone here around here shit the bed. And when the Eagles won, it was just like dumb luck. Like when they won the Super Bowl, it was just like, really? Like, fuck. Okay. Guess we're going to a parade. Like, I mean, someone stole a seat from a stadium. I mean, people just lost their fucking mind. You know, I mean, what possesses you when you're done winning it, when you watch your team win a big game to where you're like, I'm in a foreign town. I'm going to take this purple chair. I'm going to rip it out of the fucking ground. Somehow I'm going to sneak it out of here and fly it back home. That happens. We talked about that before. Someone stole the Viking seat, stole it and got it home.
Yeah.
How does that? It's weird. It's just Philadelphians have weird luck. You know, it's just weird luck. Like, you know, like we beat a good team, and some guy, just like I said before, is in jail for punching a police horse because he got so excited that we won that he punched a police horse. The fuck is wrong with you? God damn it. Where are your friends? Hit the fucking stop that guy. You know, it's not even fair. Those horses, they already have like eye patches on and shit. They can't even see it coming. You know, I mean, let him take his blinders off. He can put some mittens on.
So wait, he was so excited. He was so excited that he punched a horse.
Yes. The Philadelphia player, a Philadelphia fucking fan at a Eagles game where we clinched the playoff win to go to the Super Bowl, and we're at home. We win. There's a Philadelphia police officer on a Philadelphia police horse. Everyone's on the same side right now. And this asshole goes out and wallops the horse. The horse is, I'm sure the horse is an Eagles fan. I'm sure of it. And so was the person that was on top of it. No one needed to strike anyone. And he's just so stupid to be like, you're going to jail. It's just like we were talking about before the show. It's just like that guy got, you know, in that movie, How in Half Baked, he fucking fed a police horse. Yeah. You know, he killed a police officer. A cop is a police officer. He struck one and now he's in jail. But everyone's like, that's the guy that punched the horse. You know, like, you don't really need to be in jail. You need to be like, you know, community service. You're a fucking idiot. But you punched a horse. Like,
you probably thought it was going to be funny, and then it realized, oh
no,
it wasn't funny.
I'm not like an animal activist, but I mean, I never go to the rallies or anything. But if I watched you punch a fucking animal, I wouldn't be into it at all.
Yeah,
like, it's maybe a kangaroo, only a kangaroo, because those things can take a hit and they hit back. Like okay. So I would watch a kangaroo fight a man if they both knew what they were getting into. Like both signed a contract, I'd be okay with that. Any other other animal, man, it's not cool to go punching something in the fucking face.
No, I mean, when I was a kid, I remember there was like, I got bit by a dog, and when the dog was attacking me, I was kicking at it because I was trying not to get like fucking
self-defense, right?
Yeah, I was trying not to like get bit anymore. But like, yeah, just haul off and beat an animal. You don't have to be an animals right activist and be like, hey, don't fucking hit that animal, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't. No, I know. Yeah, I know. Any just a normal human being can say, don't be a fucking idiot. But Philadelphia fucks this place up, and we all have a weird string of luck here, and that's just what it is. Like if we win, I don't even know. It's only if we win, it's only so we can lose harder the next year. You know what I mean? So it stings twice as much the next year. Like that's what it is. That's what happened. And then a year after that, we lost the coach, the quarterback. We lost everybody. It was really weird. And it's weird that I even give a shit, but there's just nothing else really going on around here that people talk about.
Right.
So it's like, it's kind of interesting. Like I said about football, and I'll say I did not like sports before I moved here, but I knew that I would end up going once I moved here. Right. I don't care about the drama. I hate going to the gym and watching grown-ass men on a Wednesday talk about a game that happened on a Sunday and get paid. That drives me bananas. But there is something to be said about an athlete or a bunch of athletes pulling off tremendous plays.
Sure.
That's just like it's like going to see something, like going to see a waterfall. Like that's pretty fucking rad. Like to see someone catch a football like behind his back and like, 50, I don't know, whatever the fuck he's doing. Great, good job. It's like watching stunts. It feels like a stunt show. It does. It's like, look at this. A bunch of people are going to try and kill this man before he gets rid of that football. And then someone else catches it. And it's like, that's pretty fucking crazy. Like I couldn't do that. It's like watching Tony Hawk do a fucking 7,000 or whatever the fuck they're doing. 17 rotations. Like whatever, man. But I don't care about is their life the drama, like all that bullshit. But I will end up watching like one of those Hard Knocks shows. Like I'm like I don't care, but somehow I'm like watching Hard Knocks, watching the behind the scenes of the Dallas Cowboys. Like, why the fuck am I watching this? Like, I have no idea.
Because
Honestly, no idea.
because you're in your 40s and your ears hurt, and you just
Yeah,
want to.
fuck, man. That's and and I'm wearing a cat coat. Fuck it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Speaking of the cat coat, you want to get down to business?
Yeah, man. There's a actual reason that I'm wearing this coat. It's not because it's a holiday, because it's not a holiday. Um, if it was Cat Day, that'd be pretty cool. But the album that we picked, or I picked, was Cat Power. The album's called Sun by Cat Power. I don't know her name, but she goes. The band is called Cat Power. That's her name. So we know this album. We actually have a little bit of history. We were very fortunate, honestly, to go see her do this album live by sheer circumstance. But since we both know it, and maybe it's been a few years since you've heard it. How'd you feel about it since this time when you heard it?
It has been a few years since I heard it. I used to have this this album on CD, and it's been a long time since I've heard it. Probably 4 years ish since I've heard it. It's definitely, it's not something I would listen to a lot anymore, but it is something that is really good. The album is really cool. It reminded me of like when I was listening to it, I was just like, I kind of just like sit down and listen to it. Like sitting, like that's all I'm doing is sitting down and just listening to it, like a weirdo in a room by myself, just listening to it.
Right.
But like it like reminded me of like just like sitting in a bubble bath, the glass of red wine, just self-care, candles, chocolate, just like shaving my pubes,
get me hot,
like, really loving myself. That's what like I just shaving pubes, just drinking red wine, dropping the chocolate in the bathtub, and then it looks like doo-doo, but you're gonna eat it anyways because it's expensive chocolate. And then that's what it reminded me.
Fuck, man. It just sounded like a cat, but like taking a bath, just lick my arm down to my wrist, rub it on my head.
Mm-hmm. And
well, this is the album.
Oh, you got it on vinyl. Cool.
I do have it on vinyl. If I bought it on vinyl, I was either really stoned or I really wanted it, or both.
Usually both, right?
Hey, man, if I'm gonna finish this race, I'm gonna do it stoned.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, it's time to go. No, I don't know if I don't know if I listened to this in a bubble bath. This is road trip music for me for some reason.
Okay.
And I play this when honestly when there's other ladies in the car.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of people don't know this shit, and I've turned on my kid and some other people onto this band just because they like where she was coming from. Right. But this album I'm a really big fan of because the stuff after it doesn't sound anything like it.
Right. And I haven't heard any of that. So
well, I took my daughter to see them 2 years ago, and I just I'll say this about Cat Power. First of all, I've heard that she's very she has stage fright big time. She gets a lot of anxiety about being on stage. So when we saw her, someone had said like if she comes on then it'll be a really good show. And if she doesn't, then it won't. And I'm like, well, yeah, it makes a lot of sense because it would be
right. Yeah, if she shows up, then that's stage. She doesn't show up.
Yeah, I was like, are you fucking with me right now? But in any case, right. So she did come on when this album. You and I went. We saw her at the Crystal Ballroom. Right. We went with a friend of yours, and
who was really drunk and weird.
Were you with me when I tried to get closer for some reason, or did I do that by myself?
I think you did that by yourself. I don't know.
That's where shit got weird for me. Maybe don't leave your friends when you're at a show. I don't know how to say this and this might come out inappropriately, but this was a show that was predominantly filled up with gay women, and I had no idea, and that's not a bad thing at all. And I didn't do anything ignorant, except when I tried to move forward, I realized I was way out of my fucking depth.
Right.
Because I went around to the side, and I just, like any other show, I just wanted to get closer because it was really good. And I
Right.
just wanted to be closer. So I just remember, working my way through the crowd, and then just like hit a brick wall, like of people and of like very, very disciplined women. I just realized it was all women. There were no men anywhere around at all. And I was in deep shit because I couldn't move forward. I couldn't go to the left and I couldn't go to the right. And they wouldn't let me leave. I'm serious. Like, I was like, all right, and chicks like, I'm like, okay. So I just turned the fuck around, and then they'll just start slamming into me. I don't know what was going on. I honestly don't know what I did wrong. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And at one point, I remember like 7 songs later, I was just the whole time I'm just getting like pushed around. Like, not the whole audience wasn't moving. It was just this group of women. Everyone else was just standing still. I'm like, what did I do? Like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I really dig this chick. This is really good. And they were just, I remember it turned around. I was like, I just want to leave. And they're like, you can leave when it's over since you're in such a hurry to get in here. And I'm like, did you guys have a fucking meeting before I got here? How can 50 of you be against me? The fuck is going on?
I just want to leave.
It's really weird. I'm like, God damn it, man. Like, it really stressed me out. And I was like, so this time, so that was it. I think I came back and found you. And I don't even know if we ever talked about it, but it was just I just felt like I didn't belong there. And I was like, okay. It was really weird. It was like, I bet it really felt like you don't belong here. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? It's
like that's the vibe you were getting. Like, that's what
it was. I think a couple of people said it. Like, I just was like, did I hear that?
Like you weren't reading into anything. That's just like what was happening.
I feel like they felt like I was pulling a dick move by moving in there like 4 songs into the show and wanting to get closer. I get that. I've been there at last. I've just said at the other show, it's happened. Yeah. I get it. It happens.
I don't think that's a dick move trying to, like, it's a concert or it's a show, right? Like, maybe I just come from like the punk rock scene, and when that's just how that happens, you just push your way through. But to me, that's not, there's no seats for a reason. You're standing for a reason. Like, it's a show. It's a live show. You got to push your way through. Like, like, to me, that's not rude. To me, that's normal. Like, to me, like going through the crowd and like kind of like pushing your way through, that's 100% normal. When I see someone doing that, I just let them go. I'm like, yeah, you want to get up front? Like, go ahead.
I just felt like it was that show wasn't for me. And that I shouldn't have been there, and that I wasn't welcome. And that's fine, because it's good to feel like that once in a while.
Sure.
But fuck everybody who was around me, because I still enjoyed myself. So ha ha ha. Because the songs were fucking rad. This song's good. Listen, she played the songs that I like. We usually do this anyway, but the first song on this album, Cherokee, I really like that one. I like Ruin. I like the way she says things. Like the way she says ruin. I don't know why. Like that one, 369. Yeah. Awesome song. I watched that while I was getting strong armed, like fucking just getting punched in the ribs with elbows. I was like 3-6, ow, fuck, shit. Yeah, just getting punched. It was great. And then the other one, the last one that I really like, and it is because how she says it, the song Manhattan. Okay. Manhattan. I don't know why, but it just does it for me. So if you were at that fucking show and you saw this hair, this thing, and you're still mad, just know I had a good fucking time. I did. I enjoyed it. I don't care if you need me in the fucking asshole for 6 songs. I had a good time. I heard the songs I wanted. And here's why that's important. Because I took my daughter, and I thought about this. I took my daughter to see her because I got my kid into this album, and she was like, I want to see her live. So we went to a venue around here. And and we saw them and got there early, very early, and went right to the front of the stage. Because I told her, I said, if you're with me, I seriously doubt this will happen again. So you just come with me and stay close, like follow me to the bathroom, all that shit, because I don't want to get beat up. And so we were on, the thing is that she changed albums to tie all this shit together. What I started with was saying was, this album is different from what she's done since then. And what she's done since then is much slower.
Probably how she started, like her albums before Sun are definitely seem to me more singer-songwriter kind of thing.
That's exactly what, and that at this album, Sun was the one that was off, was different than that, and probably got her a shitload of attention. I mean, it got my attention, so that was the album that pulled me in. And then I went to see her an album later, and it wasn't the same thing. And not to sound rude, but well, I've learned this: if an artist comes out on stage with a lit incense stick, it's probably not going to get too crazy.
No,
because I remember she just kind of stood there and held incense the whole time she sang, like just kind of like this. And I remember like kind of like nudging my kid because she was sleeping on the stage. Like she was like kind of like, she put us to sleep. Like I remember at one point in the middle, she played something from Sun for like 3 bars, and everyone's like, woo! And we went right back to bed. I never slept at a concert, but I think we all took a standing nap.
A standing nap, yeah.
And it was just like, this is different. And that's why that show that we went to and I got bullied was great, because that album was fantastic. She played the songs. She wasn't in a stage fright mood up there. She was really good that night.
Right.
And regardless, it was awesome. But I just have to say, I have never, ever, ever been to another show that was quite like that. But I do think that it's something that I don't know where, because I experienced it at the Killers show, where people, I can't say it's a generation or it's a sex. I don't know. Some people get it in their head that their spot is their spot.
Right.
And this is what you and I are talking about. Unfortunately, and trust me, this happens to me all the time. I don't like it any more than anyone else does, but sometimes you end up doing it. You end up moving forward, or you end up standing where someone else was standing. It happens. Or you may be standing there for an hour waiting for your band to start, and some tall prick just happens to end up right in front of you, and you're blocked.
Right.
2 songs in, you decide to make a move. Now you're in someone else's spot. I totally get it. But if you just start standing there and crossing your arms, and you never say anything to the person next to you, and just start chucking your 300 pounds of pissed off mass into their fucking body, just because you're fucking mad that they took your fucking spot, just say, hey, can you move over? Thank you. Just anything at all would be helpful. Just look me in the eye and be like, hey man, just anything like that. Instead,
I don't get the whole spot thing at live shows. Like I've experienced, I see people doing it, but it doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, we're all here. We're all like there's no seats. There's no assigned seats. Like,
well, pits. Pit, and we know.
Yeah, but even just beyond that, like just live performance, like just because you're standing on the ground doesn't mean, like, you go to the bathroom and I move over, I'm not moving back. This is where I'm at now. Go find another spot. Like, who gives a shit?
Right.
Like,
yes. You
a live show.
lose.
A live show. Like, if I leave and go buy a t-shirt and my spot's taken up, I'm not gonna go get another one. I'm probably not even gonna come back to that spot.
Well, usually if you leave, your shit ain't gonna be there. But if you're just standing there and halfway through the show, someone ends up in front of you, it sucks. I've done, it's happened 1,000 times to me, and I've done it to other people. The only thing I can say is the prick that's doing it, I've been that prick. Mm-hmm. Say something. I mean, I'm not moving, but I definitely turn around and be like, sorry, and just continued the show. I don't know if it's nice or not, but I acknowledge that I fucked you over. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's nice or not, but
I'm 5'10". That means there's always gonna be some prick who's gonna end up in front of me every time. It does, and I'm just tired. I mean, how can you not be tired of looking like paying $100 to see the back of someone's head? Because when you have seats, usually you get enough of an angle where you can kind of see up, but not in standing room only. It's asshole to belly button in there.
Yeah.
Especially when the band starts, everybody just rushes forward. But I was gonna say, when you're at a, this, when you're at a pit, the people that drive me crazy are the wall huggers. The ones that, and apparently, for those of you who aren't crazy about shows, there are people who wear diapers to concerts. I think I've mentioned this. I'm pretty sure it's the people that are, yeah, they do this. They wear adult diapers. I asked because I was like, how are you up here all day and all night and you're drinking beer? How are you doing this? And this chick's like, she was like, it wasn't very nice about it. She's like, some of us wear diapers. I'm like, what do you mean some of us? You mean you're wearing a diaper? And she's like, well, you don't see me leaving. And I'm like, not even to change your diaper? This is a 4-day festival. You know, you're going to get rash, right? Like,
right. Yeah.
nasty. But no, seriously, the one that always drives me nuts is the guys or gals. Gals, it's fine. Big guys, big dumb fucks put their fat ass arms over the wall and they just hunker down and just hug it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And when you're behind them, and they're always bigger than you are, I'm always being slammed into their back. That's just the way it is if you're second row. You know, like your head's like you're trying to get your head in between their heads so you can breathe a little fresh air, maybe see the band, but instead you're just getting your face shoved into this guy's sweaty fucking holy white t-shirt that's turning yellow because it's fucking he's got nothing going on and all his toxins are seeping out. His bad dreams are turning his shirt into shit. And you're just like,
bad dreams are turning
and the whole time he knows that you're just being fucking slammed into his body, but he doesn't care. It's like he's into it. It's like he likes pressure from the rear. He's just standing there watching the band. Yeah, all day long. It's like, fuckhead, my turn, move. Like, why can't we rotate? Why can't we rotate? Why can't we all take turns? No, I gotta hug the wall and piss in my diaper because goddamn it, I love this band. Like,
fuck the diaper thing blows me away. I can't even.
Alex, it's happening.
It's happening right now.
I mean, think about it. Like, seriously, how could you can't? You would pass the fuck out. You go to a festival. Let's just say you go to a big festival and you want to see Coldplay at the end of the night, and you want to be on the wall for Coldplay. You're gonna get there at noon. You're going to go to that stage and you're going to stand there all day long. You're not going to move. You can't because you'll lose your spot. So what do you piss yourself and you have a runner for drinks. That's a long day. And Coldplay sucks. So that's not something I'm just saying, but whoever it is, even if it's Zeppelin, and Zeppelin would be my one thing. I want wearing a diaper, not wearing a fucking diaper to Zeppelin, man, unless I'm that old. You know, it's like, come on, grandpa. Like, okay, let me get my diaper. We're going to a concert. Like, but no, if I'm in my 40s or my 20s, I'm not wearing a diaper for anybody. That's a whole nother commitment. But dude, let's go to the grocery store, let's get some fucking Red Bull, some crack, and some fucking diapers, man. Like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna piss in the floor next to the sound guy like I'm supposed to.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're supposed to do.
Anyway, sorry.
Cat power, son.
The album's great, man. I'm just saying, be nice at shows. Everybody, don't be bumping into people. Yeah.
My favorite tracks were some of your favorite tracks. My top favorite track was Peace and Love. I think that's the last song because it made me laugh because she's kind of talking like a baby in that song. Like she's saying na 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 na, and then after a while she kind of just says boo ba 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 boo ba. At least that's what I heard. And then she ends the song with like na na na, like, but she says na 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 like a little bit like more than I thought she was going to. Like you kind of just
na 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 na. Yeah, she
na 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 na. I was like, yeah, this is my favorite song. I like this one. Funny to me.
It's like the producer's like, keep going, and we're good. 3 minutes.
Yeah, all right, now talk like a baby in the middle. Do that one. But I also like the the song Sun.
Mm.
A lot, and Ruin, and I like Cherokee because of the eagle. They let an eagle sing in that song.
Yeah, an eagle
Fucking
singing that
yeah, they bring an
song.
eagle in and they sit there, put a microphone in his face, and it's like ah. So, shout out
Whenever
to
you're
that
ready.
yeah, dope eagle hugging, you know. So yeah, it was good. It's a good album. It's it's a little bit. It's like it's more a little bit more mellow, but there's definitely a time and place for that. So
Right.
yeah, and I thought I like the way her cadence and like the way she kind of like the way the album is flowing. It kind of has this like 3 6 9
Yeah, that rhythm, that cadence seems to carry through the whole album.
yeah, like it kind of
Almost like she's got a like she's rapping.
yeah,
Almost has that fluid like 3 6 9, we drink wine, drink backstage, doing just fine. Like it's all
yeah,
like if someone else was just like singing it on the street a cappella, it would sound like a bit of hip hop.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's got
um,
it's a more of an upbeat rhythm than other albums she's done.
for sure. um but yeah, great album. I'm glad you suggested it. Good shit.
Give me a reason to wear the smelly coat.
Yeah, you like it, don't you?
It's been a while. I mean, when I start getting up again on the regular, I'm wearing this fucking thing just because I hope it upsets people.
I don't think all those kitties can upset anyone. It's gonna
I
make
think it'd be
everyone.
cool to get it tailored. You know, like
Yeah.
actually to fit me, like some handsome chap. Like that'd be nice. I always wanted to be a handsome chap.
Hey man, I think you're a handsome chap.
Thanks, man. See, I
Yeah,
made it.
yeah,
But
you're there.
hey, what do you have picked out for next week?
Like usual, I'm gonna take a left turn. Um,
And tell me this death metal band reminded you of Cat Power.
yeah, yeah.
Same
Uh,
vein, but you know, a lot more.
but what I did, but like completely different. I remember saying that about the last one, and then afterwards, I'm like, that isn't. I don't know. Maybe you could tie it in, but I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But anyway, same vein, a little bit. Sounds just like it. No, it doesn't. But all right, the band is called Rainbow.
Oh, okay.
The band's called Rainbow, and the album is called Rising.
Cool.
It's old. There's still a band, different singer.
This is Dio, right? At one point.
Yeah, Ronnie James Dio is on this album, and it is from 1976, and it's Rainbow. The album has like mountains, kind of ocean, and then a big like hand coming out of the sky with holding a rainbow.
I'm in.
So yeah, band's Rainbow, album's Rising. Check it out.
Sweet. Oh, that'll be good. Good choice, man. All right. Well, we'll take a rest here and let you guys enjoy the rest of your week, all that good shit. Thanks for watching. And like I said, we're not recording. We will not be posting next Thursday, but keep an eye out for an episode a few days after that. And we're on Instagram, so start following us. We're gonna give you a reason to. I'm gonna throw some shit up
Hitfoo
there.
69.
Titfoo69. There you
Yep.
go.
And
It's catchy.
YouTube, check it out. I mean, that's where you'll be at anyway. So, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and drop us a line if you want to suggest a band and an album, and let us know and we'll check it out.
Absolutely. All right. Till next week. Bye. I'm not clever. See ya.
That was super clever. Nailed it.
Leather girl.